All right. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report for a Thursday, October 21st. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your day. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast brought to you by ThriveFantasy.com, or you can go to the App Store, look for Thrive Fantasy, and you can play some of the player props in tonight's Thursday night football game, maybe some of the props on the college football, NBA, NHL, or NFL Sunday this weekend, and you can just download that prop or that app using the props at ThriveFantasy.com. All right. I think we're okay. Did you guys get the notifications this morning? I had to do the show a couple of times because some of the notifications weren't going out, but hopefully they are out now. I see people stumbling into the podcast, so I think we are good to go on a busy Thursday college football edition, but we're going to do NBA, NHL, MLB. We're going to cover it all. We're going to cover some of the games tonight in the National Football League, week number 8. So you know what? Instead of me just sitting here and talking about the 10-degree weather here in Ottawa, I'm just going to jump right into it. And again, if you're new to the Raymond Report, my name is Ron Raymond. I'm a sports handicapping champion here based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Been doing this since 1996. Going into my 24th season in 2009, I wrote the book, Ron Raymond's Top 50 Sports Betting Secrets. And you can get that book right here at atsstats.com. All right, let's get right to the free horse racing tip. We always start off the show with the free horse racing selection. And today's free horse racing tip comes from Belmont Park. And we're going to look at the races here today at Belmont. The first race is a $12,500 claiming race. 12:35 post time today at Belmont. 116 miles on the dirt. We're going to recommend 2-3-1 today in race number 1 today at Belmont. Regal Quality with Irad Ortiz Jr. taking a ride here on Regal Quality, 2-1 morning line. Number 2 horse is 3-1 morning line. Blewett with Franco taking a ride here on Blewett, the number 3 horse. And looking at the morning line on Blewett is 7-2. And the Hammer and Hammer, Jose Ortiz, Irad's younger brother, Hammer and Hammer is the number 1 horse, 9-2 morning line. And if you're going to play the Joker, the value play of the day today at Belmont Park, 8-1 morning line. Play Right with Dale Davis taking a ride on Play Right, number 4 horse, 8-1 morning line. If you're going to play an exacta today at Belmont Park, 2-3, 3-1, 1-4 exacta box. And if you're going to play a trifecta, 2-3-1, 4-3-1 trifecta box. Always remember to box those horses. And if you're going to play the Joker at 8-1, I'm going to recommend the Double Dutch betting system, and that is put 10 to win, 10 to place on number 4, Play Right. This way, if he comes in first, you get paid twice. He comes in second, you get paid once. All right, those are your free plays today here at atsstats.com. Almost forgot the name of the show there for a second. But yeah, so I see everybody coming in this morning. Everybody's all fired up. We're going to get going pretty soon because we got a lot of stuff to do here today. All right, again, you can get the free entire tip sheet of Belmont. Post time today is 12:35. Go to atsstats.com. Go to horses, free tip sheet, and you can get the free tip sheet today for Belmont Park right here at atsstats.com. All right, let's go to the SBI, the Sports Betting Index, and we got a lot of things here to cover. I did a lot of prep work yesterday, so I got a feeling we're going to have a really good show today with a lot of quality information. But before I do, I just want to wish good morning to some of the ramblers and gamblers that are stumbling and tumbling their way into the bullpen. There's Isaiah Moore, Gloria K. Good morning, Breakfast Club. Lane's in the house. Robert Espijo, sorry, Robert, if I butchered that for you. Finally made it to the live video. Well, welcome to the show, Robert. We got BC Dave. I haven't seen BC Dave in a while. How you doing, BC Dave? Jermaine Brown's in the house. Plant-based junkie. OG Wheat, let's get him some pearls. Hey, OG, let's get some pearls here today. And let's talk about, let me see here, the SBI, the Sports Betting Index, and let's see what's coming in the NHL. I'll tell you, watch that St. Louis Blues game last night, and the Raptors, man, I can do a whole show on the Raptors. I think there's a reason why Cal Lowry's in Miami, because he kind of knew there was going to be a rough year here in Toronto for the Raptors. Now, looking at the NHL in the last 7 days, wow, look at the underdogs. 60% of the dogs are winning in the NHL. And last night, St. Louis Blues, I'll tell you, they're probably one of the top 3 teams right now that looks the best to win a Stanley Cup. They are firing on all cylinders. Bennington looking good. And you know what? I got to give credit to Robert Leonard. He held the fort in the first 10 minutes. And if you watch hockey, The one thing you want to do on the in the first 10 minutes of a game is hold the opponent in the first 10 minutes, right? Especially if you're the road team. No, home teams normally get a good jump out of the gate, but for St. Louis to fall behind 1-0 and win 3-1 was the final, I believe. They looked pretty good last night. NBA, we'll get to that in a second, but the NHL on the 7-day average, you can see here the over-under, 53.4% of the under has come in the last 7 days, and on the season, 47.3% of the favorites and 52.7% of the unders. Let's take a look at the NBA last night and see what has come in the National Basketball Association. And you can see the favorites won 64% of the game straight up and against the point spread. You know, we talked about this last year, right? The SBI, the Sports Betting Index. And what we do in this segment is we always take a look and see what has come in the night before, the last 3 and 7 days. So this way we don't get any sneak attacks on like last weekend in the football NFL where all the favorites covered, right? You always got to keep an eye on the prize right here. And in the last 3 days, but even though it's been the last 3 days, let me see, it's been 2 days since the NBA started. 57% of the NBA favorites have won and covered the last 2 days. So keep an eye out on only 3 games here today, but this is something we'll be monitoring the last 7 days. And normally I'll make a good read on the last 7 days, and this will. Now the thing with the SBI is, all the favorites come in or the underdogs. But the thing that really you can't tell is when the reversal is going to happen, right? It's like in the stock industry, right? Like if you're in a bull market, you don't know when the bears are going to start eating up and coming back. So what you can do is just, instead of waiting for it's like catching a fallen knife, you got to relax with your units, right? So if you're a 5-unit player, maybe you scale down to 2 or 1 unit until you get back in a neutral cycle where you don't have these topsy-turvies type of events. All right, those are your SBIs for today in the NHL, NBA, and let's take a look at the college football spread. So what I did is I looked yesterday and I said, you know what? Let's go take a look at the top trend teams this year in college football, and some of these teams really surprised me with the top trends, and Syracuse being one of them. But I think we have a birthday here. I saw somebody had a birthday. Give them pearls, coach. That's what they want. They want the pearls, as my good friend Greg Dempson used to say. It's a cold day, a cloudy day in Chicago. Yeah, same thing. It's very overcast here in Ottawa. It's 10 degrees, so I don't know what is that in Fahrenheit. But it's 10 degrees. It's okay, but it's not great. Go Braves cashed in with the home team yesterday. I don't watch hockey, but when the Blues are after watching yesterday's video, yeah, you know what, Robert, I agree. Gloria K, happy birthday, wishing you a blessing and many more. Oh, happy birthday, Gloria K. Yeah, it's Gloria K's birthday today, so happy birthday, Gloria K. Maybe at the end we'll all sing you happy birthday through, I don't know, we'll figure a way how to sing her happy birthday. The reverse is a bit difficult, so I've been starting to compare the 2 and 3 day averages like a graph and see the direction things are going. Yeah, let me know how that goes, Isaiah. And you know what? I've done that, but the thing that I've come to grips with is you really can't tell when the reversal is going to happen. The only thing you can really control is the amount of money you wager on, right? Because you think what goes up must come down, and you never know. Like unless you're Kreskin and you got tomorrow's newspaper right now. The only thing you really control is the units, and what we're talking about is exactly what Isaiah is saying right there. He's tracking, all the 2 day, 3 day averages of the underdogs and favorites, but you just don't know when, if the favorites won 2-3 days, you don't know if they're going to win a 4th day, but the only thing you can control is the amount of units you've won. Now, looking at the top college football teams against the point spread, and look at Michigan State right there. They're in a bye week this week. They're 6-0 against the point spread. Texas, San Antonio. Now, if you've been following the Rain Report, my picks in the pick section, I've been posting the Roadrunners a few times, but I think I'm going to be going the other way this weekend. You're going up against La Tech, Louisiana Tech, the Bulldogs, whose coach is 32-13 at home this year. So I think we might be getting a good break here. Betting against I hate going against a team that brought me to the dance a few times, but I think this weekend I'm gonna jump ship this weekend. I think I'm gonna lean towards the La Tech Bulldogs this weekend. All right. Sooners, since they made the quarterback change, things have been pretty good for the Sooners. It's pretty funny to see. You change the quarterback, but you're still 7-0, right? But it's how you get to 7-0. There's 7-0, nice 7-0, and an ugly 7-0. And I think the head coach for the Riley didn't like the ugly 7-0. Georgia Bulldogs got a bye this week. They're the top ranked team in the country. They're 5-2 against the point spread. Iowa Hawkeyes, a little bit of letdown last week. They lost after that emotional game to Penn State. They are 5-2 against the point spread. Michigan Wolverines taking on Northwestern this weekend. And be careful, folks. I'm telling you, this is the every week that we go into, like week 8, week 9. When you're in the top 10 rankings, and I printed out all the coaches poll this week and the AP top 25. I'm going to go through some of the top teams this weekend in the top 25 that you need to really be careful about, because to be the best, you got to beat the best. And once you got that bullseye of a top, especially a single digit ranked team on your back, and people are gunning for that, right? Like Iowa last weekend, losing last weekend to Purdue. Purdue saw that and they say, you know what? Let's go kick the number 2 out of Iowa. That was a pretty good quote. I thought I saw that tweet. Did you guys see that tweet? I thought that was pretty cool. Well, not cool, pretty funny. And nothing cool about that, but it was pretty funny. Oklahoma State Cowboys, 4-2 against the point spread. Crimson Tide, 4-3. SMU got a big game this weekend. In fact, they're taking on Tulane. I don't get Tulane. They come out of the gate and they have a really competitive game against Oklahoma, and then they're missing in action right now. But looking at the top 25 teams in the country right now, I just highlighted some games that I think you need to be careful for this weekend. Here are the teams in the top 25 I think you really got to watch out. And Cincinnati playing Navy this weekend. Anytime you play the service academies, bring your lunchbox, because you're going to battle. Because the one thing with the service academies, and mostly any college football teams, they're in great shape. They're very well disciplined, and Cincinnati just number 3 team in the country, but they got that big bullseye on their back, and was it plus 27 this weekend? I think that's a very high number. You got Alabama taking on Tennessee. Now Tennessee, weird ending last week against Ole Miss. We'll see what kind of game they have this weekend against Alabama. But I think Alabama getting that wake-up call against the A&M, just like Ohio State, right? Alabama, Ohio State got their wake-up calls early in the year. I think you're going to see both those teams excel. Michigan, Northwestern, watch out. I think that's a dangerous game. You got Michigan State on deck for the Wolverines. I don't think you want to touch that game here this weekend. Oklahoma State, I like the Cowboys this weekend against Iowa State. I know Matt Campbell came in this year in the Big 12 thinking that they were going to run the table, but it hasn't worked out as planned. And he doesn't win the big games. You go look at his record. I think he's like 7-14 against top 25 teams, so he doesn't win the big games. Oregon, UCLA, that's a dangerous spot. Notre Dame, USC, so. Wake Forest, Army. Again, the Wake Forest, the number 15 team in the country, taking on the Service Academy of Army. Good head coach at Army, Monacan. Let me take out, make sure I don't butcher that name here. Let me go Control F, Army. Yeah, Jeff Monken. So 53-41 lifetime at the academy, and 31-11 at home, 12-25 on the road. Covers 50% of his games, but 31-11 at home. Very, very dangerous spot for Dave Clawson and the Wake Forest Demon Deacons this weekend. So be careful on that game. I do like Army in this spot. Texas A&M. Now, you know what? Texas A&M, they had that big win over Alabama a couple weeks ago. They got through their letdown factor. But again, here's the thing. You beat Alabama, but you're ranked 17th. Well, what's wrong with this picture? I just, and now you're playing to South Carolina. I got a feeling this could be an upset special right there. But, again, you're ranked 17th. You beat Alabama. Head scratcher. All right, what else? San Diego State Air Force. You can see I'm doing the theme here with all the service academies because they're all playing ranked teams this weekend, most of them. And then you got Pittsburgh, Clemson, 23rd and 24th. We'll see what happens there. And UTSA ranked 25. So be careful this weekend betting the ranked teams. And that's a little update on that. All right, what else we got on deck here? We're going to go right to the college football trends are your friends. So here, Gloria, I know it's your birthday today, so we're going to start this. Normally we do the trends are your friends at the end of the show, but since it's Gloria's birthday today, we're going to start it off here, and we'll do it right now. All right, college football week number 8. And here are my top 10 college football trends this weekend. And we'll kick it off with number 10, and we'll work our way up. Instead of going number 1 to 10, we'll go 10 to 1, right? We'll do a little drama on the way up. Oregon as a road team versus a division foe that has an opponent with a 71 to 80% win percentage. And I believe Oregon is playing UCLA. They are 16-4 straight up, 15-5 against the point spread. Alabama as a home favorite during week 8 to 12 during the month of October. The under is 20-5 to the under, so maybe you want to consider the under between, I think it's Bama and Tennessee. Navy as a home team after a division game and allowed 35 points or more against in their last game. 11-1 straight up, not against the point spread, straight up. 8-4 against the number. So could Navy be in an upset special role this weekend against Cincinnati? Louisiana Tech 10-2 straight up, 9-3 against the point spread as a home team versus a division foe, coming off a 2-game losing streak. And again, I like now that UTSA's got a ranked bullseye on their back. Let's see how they handle that pressure this weekend as a road favorite against the Bulldogs. Liberty 16-4 against the point spread, away team, coming off a loss since 1996. A little surprised to see that. That was a pretty good record right there as an away team. Only 20 times as an away team, coming off a loss since 96. Kansas State 10-3-1 against the point spread as a pick-em to +3 away underdog since 1996. And I believe Kansas State, let me see who they're playing this weekend. Let me go to my Kansas State playing Texas Tech. So Texas Tech and the Wildcats. Wildcats 10-3 as a pick-em to +3 away underdog since 1996. And I know the Cleveland's been having a rough couple of games, so we'll see if they get their act together this weekend against Texas Tech in, was it Waco, Texas? Boston College 10-2 against the point spread as an away team, coming off a 2-game losing streak. And I believe they're playing NC State, or is it, hang on here, Boston College, or did they play, they played, last week they played NC State. They're playing Louisville this weekend. So Boston College 10-2 against the point spread as an away team, coming off a 2-game losing streak since 1996. Could be a nice spot here for the Golden Eagles. The under 11-2 for the Bearcats as an away team on 6 days rest. The last 5 years, Luke Pickles got a nice defense right there at Cincinnati, maybe another. And Navy, that offense was anemic the first few weeks. We'll see if they're anemic this week, then the under has a shot. But I do expect Navy to be more competitive this week. Temple 18-3 against the point spread, an away team the last 5 years. And Temple, let's see who Temple's playing this weekend. Okay, work with me here. Spreadsheet. South Florida Bulls, yeah, I can see that. Temple 18-3 against the point spread as an away team the last 5 years, and your number one college football angle this weekend, the Eastern Michigan Eagles 13-0-1 against the point spread as an away team, coming off a loss the last 4 years. Eastern Michigan from the MAC, and they are playing Bowling Green in Bowling Green. So Eastern Michigan 13-0 against the point spread as an away team, coming off a loss the last 4 years. And those are your top 10 sports betting trends for week number 8 in college football. All right, there you go, everybody. Hopefully you guys cash out on that. And again, head scratcher for sure, says Gloria K. I'm staying away from them. Toronto embarrassed me last night, Miss Denica. Glad I bet the NBA last night. Almost every lean would have lost. Hey, this is why, remember I said yesterday, and hopefully you took the advice, Isaiah. Anytime you get into a new season, you don't want to do a belly flop right out of the gate, right? You want to put your toe in the water, see who's who in the zoo, and get a good feel for all the teams, right? And that's what I did. I lost with Orlando, but again, it was my beer and pizza money play, so I didn't put a lot of money on that game. Again, feeling out process. I got a good feel these days in the NHL. I played one play last night. It was St. Louis I played +1.5. I laid a little bit of juice, but the way St. Louis is playing, I couldn't. I'm telling you guys, puck line, hello. All right, so let's take a look what's on deck next. So we did the top trends. Trends are your friends. Let's take a look at the top scoring offense in college football. And if you are tuning into the Raymond Report, you say, man, is this guy only talk about college football? It is College Football Thursday, and we know the theme here. Each and every Thursday we do a bit of college football. You know what? And the reason why I do that is because instead of me talking college football every day and boring you guys with college football, it's like one big party on Thursday for college football and then one big party on Friday for the NFL. and I feel you get your fix in for college football on Thursday because, a lot of Thursday games, Friday, and it gets you ready for the weekend, right? All right, so I'm going to take a look at the top 5 offense in college football and the top 5 defense. Ohio State Buckeyes, don't look now, but the Buckeyes, the number 1 ranked offense, 48.5. Pittsburgh, 48.3. Coastal Carolina, losing last night, 45.7. Alabama, as Keith Jackson would say, Nelly, old Nelly, 45 points per game. And Cincinnati Bearcats, 43.8 points per game. Now, defense, keep in mind, some of these are, like Montana, some of the, Sun Belt or I forget the division they're in, but some of the lower divisions. That's why you're going to see some of the names like Jackson State. Georgia Bulldogs, only giving up 6.57 points per game. Montana only giving up 7. Jackson State giving up 12. The Clemson Tigers, they can't score worth crap, but they can keep you out of the end zone, 12.5. And the Nittany Lions, I said it all year, right? Watch out for this Penn State Nittany Lion defense. They are for real, and they got Illinois this weekend. All right, that is the top scoring offense. Now, there's another tool here. I know you guys must be thinking, man, Ron's on the speed zone this morning. Hey, no decaf for Ron this morning. Ron's right to the, we jumped the line at Tim Hortons. We went right to Starbucks, We went right to $10. And we are motoring a mile a minute here. But it's because there's so much information to get to you guys. And in order to keep this an hour show, I got to move along here. All right, here I'm going to show you guys is the law of average pick. Now, I got this from my good friend Ross Benjamin a couple of years ago. In fact, it was maybe 15 years ago. That's more than a few years ago, right? And so what I did is he showed me this great system that he uses, and he says, you know what, Ron? He goes, one thing I look for when I'm handicapping sports is I'm looking for teams that either lost straight up and against the point spread last week against teams that won straight up and against the point spread last week. So here I got teams that lost against the point spread last week against teams that won against the point spread this week, right? Now, it doesn't always work out, but it's a good starting point. Remember, I always say indicators, and last night it didn't help out for Coastal Carolina, but it helped out Appalachian State, but that didn't pan out for them, but it was a win for Coastal Carolina. So what I'm going to show you is the law of average picks here at atsstats.com. I'm going to track them this week, and we'll see how it does. We're not starting good out of the gate 0-1, but we'll see in the end of the week if these how they pan out, right? And you know what? If we can get to 55, 56%, that to me that's a good weekend. And if you see the little asterisk right here, that tells you how many straight up losses so San Jose State, instead of, it tells you how many losses in a row against the point spread. So let me go to Central Florida right here. So you got Memphis, who won against the spread last week, against Central Florida, who's lost their last 3 against the point spread. So you might be thinking, hey, you know what? Hey, Ron, Memphis won against the point spread last week, and they're playing, Central Florida, UCF, who's lost their last 3 against the point spread. So does that make that play stronger? You would think so, right? But I haven't really tracked the numbers, Again, only so much time in the day. Central Florida is one of the law of average plays this weekend. San Diego State against Air Force. But I do like Air Force this weekend. So, again, the indicators, right? These are just indicators when you're doing your handicapping. And I say it all the time in the Raymond Report. Find value. Find the percentage play, and then find indicators, performance cycles indicators. These are indicators. So when you're doing your handicapping, this could be an indicator you use, and the more indicators you can string along, the more confidence you're going to have in that selection, right? So just want to get that out there, that don't think these are picks. Well, even though the title's law of average picks, they are picks, but they're mostly indicators. FIU against Western Kentucky. Hawaii against New Mexico State. Louisiana Tech, Louisiana Tech. I like that one. Georgia Tech against Virginia. South Carolina against Texas A&M. We'll see if this works out. Temple against South Florida. I'm seeing a pattern here with the trends, right? You guys are probably thinking, hey, you did this on purpose, right? You took all your best trends and you aligned it with your law of average picks, right? Well, maybe. Temple against South Florida. What else do we got here? Tennessee against Alabama. Again, law of average picks, right? These are just, you want to play teams that lost against the point spread versus teams that won against the point spread. Tennessee lost last week. Alabama won. USC against Notre Dame. There's a law of average indicator right there. Indiana against Ohio State. I think Ohio State blows the doors off them this weekend. Oregon State right there against Utah State. Wisconsin against Purdue. Big letdown spot maybe for Purdue. Clemson against Pittsburgh. Clemson has not covered a spread, I don't think, this year. 0-5. Oregon against UCLA. Buffalo, Wake Forest, Miami, Ohio, Eastern Michigan, Northern Illinois, Virginia Tech. We got Rice, Toledo. Man, we got a lot of average plays this weekend, or indicators. Kent State. You got Maryland. Navy against Cincinnati. I like that one. Mississippi State. Hey, Mike Leach, the Pirate, going up to play Vanderbilt. BYU against Washington State. Washington State, we know the situation there. Kansas State against Texas Tech. Kansas against Oklahoma. Kansas has lost 4 straight against the number. Hawaii, Utah State. So those are some of the law of average plays for this weekend. Terrible straight up record, but they have been covering machine. Ron, what do you think about UNLV plus 4.5? Can it go over a game? Yeah, you know what? I do like UNLV. When I was doing my research, plus 4.5, they were part of my dogs. I'll go through some of the my research, and in fact, what's the next thing on the schedule here? Okay, NFL computer picks. All right, let's go to the computer picks. So instead of doing the computer picks on a Friday, I'm going to do it right now. So we didn't win this one last night. Coastal Carolina, 33-22. Now the games that I've circled and talked, like my indicators are, when I do my handicapping, I process of elimination, right? I always get about 15 to 17 plays that I start off with, and then I start doing a process of elimination, and then I end up with like 2 premium picks and then 3 or 4 in my beer and money pizza picks, right? All right, so I'm just going to go through the games here, and then I'm going to give you guys, I'm just going to stop and talk about the games that I really like this weekend, so I'll give you an indicator where I'm leaning, right? So we got the Raging Cajuns taking on the Red Wolves here. We got 34-18, the over-under at 52. We got the Owls taking on the 49ers. This looks like a baseball score, 17-7, with the under at 25.01. The Owls, a 6.5 point favorite against the 49ers. Tulane against SMU. Now, SMU, Sonny Dykes doing a great job there with the Mustangs. They are 6-0 to start the year. That's pretty good, and we do like them to win 40-22. The over/under at 62.4. Maybe if this game was at Tulane in New Orleans, I'd probably lean towards the Green Wave, but I think SMU, 13.5. That's a big number, right? Colorado State taking on the Aggies. Colorado State, man, ever since they beat Toledo there a few weeks ago, they've been on my radar. 36-26, the over/under at 62.8. 3.5 is the line right there. Spartans taking on UNLV Rebels. I do like the Rebels here tonight. I do like the Rebels getting 4.5. San Jose not doing the job. Brennan's not doing the job like he did last year. Not the same. 4 ATS losses in a row. And we do, but the computer pick, 33-23, has them winning by 10. But again, this is the computer pick based only on 4 games in the database. So normally, in order for me to give it any type of respect, it's got to be 10 games, right? But somebody asked me if I like UNLV. Yeah, UNLV made my my initial list, but I don't think it made my pick section. Middle Tennessee State against Connecticut, 36-19. We got UCF taking on the Tigers. We got Memphis winning this one, 39-23. The over/under at 63. And looking at UCF coming off let me see, last weekend I think there was a loss. We got Raging Cajun against Arkansas State. Didn't I already say this one already? Let me see here. Did I? Sometimes, yeah, we get a little bit of bug in the system here. So that's why. Let me go back here. All right, Washington taking on Arizona. We got another low-scoring game. Look at this, 17-16. The over/under at 33.25. And look at the total, 46.5. So we do have the Wildcats winning this one as an 18-point underdog. So we'll see if that pans out. Wake Forest taking on Army. I like Army in this spot. I think Army at home. I showed you the record of Monken's record at home. I think all the service academies this weekend have a lot of value. +3 against Wake Forest, and Wake Forest coming off a 40-37 win against Syracuse. Syracuse not really a powerhouse, right? And look at Army, 20-14 loss to the Badgers, who have a good defense. Badgers have a good defense. Offensively, they're just they got turnover machine, right? Northern Illinois against Central Chippewas, Michigan Chippewas. Now, there's one game I was looking at. I think it was Northern Illinois. One of their top running backs. I don't know if it was them or, I think there was Bowling Green or Northern Illinois. I think it's Northern Illinois. Their top running back is out. I'd have to double check with my stats again. But that's why, there was one reason why it was either Bowling Green or Illinois that I liked. But when I saw the top running back was out, I said I'm not touching that game. 36-21, the over-under at 57. Illinois taking on Penn State. We have the Nittany Lions winning this one, 30-14, the over-under at 45.16. Navy taking on the Bearcats. Look at the upset here, 36-19. Wow, the midshipmen, 36 according to the Rain Report computer picks, but only 3 games in the system. It's too bad it wasn't over 10, right? Because I think this would be a really solid play. But I do like Navy this weekend against Cincinnati. Was it 28? That's too many points. Michigan taking on Northwestern. This is a dangerous spot for the Wolverines. Well, it's going to be dangerous the rest of the way for Harbaugh and company. But Northwestern, we have Michigan winning 34-16. So we do have the Wildcats covering this weekend. We got Eastern Michigan taking on Bowling Green, or maybe it wasn't Eastern Michigan. The running back was out. I'll have to go check. 30-24, the over-under at 54. Oklahoma Sooners taking on the Jayhawks. We got Boomer Sooner winning this one, 41-21, so we got them winning by 20. Look at the line, 38.5. That's a big line. But with a new quarterback, there's new life now in Norman. Florida State taking on the UMass. What's UMass? What's their the Minutemen? Something like that. I think it's the Minutemen, right? 44-15, the over-under at 60.31. Kansas State taking on Texas Tech. 38-35 for the computer on a 14 games. And the line in this game is -1. But I gave you a good trend there on Kansas State on the, I think, 10-3-1 when they were pick 'em to +3 road underdog going back to 96. So that's a pretty good trend right there. Syracuse taking on the Hokies. This was a tough game to handicap. You know, right off the bat, my gut instinct tells me Virginia Tech, but there's something about Syracuse. I showed you their record against the point spread. In fact, if I go over here and I take a look at their team standings. Let's go to team standings. Let's go to college football. Let's go to CFB. And where's Syracuse? Right there. Where's Syracuse? Top. Let's go to the top teams. Look at that. Syracuse, 6-1. Okay? And normally with my experience, teams that cover the spread, it's not, and at this point of the year, you think, okay, they're going to fade. It very rarely does. So dangerous spot here if you do like the Hokies. I think Syracuse might be able to keep it close. Look at that. 24-20 favoring the Orange. All right, Kansas State against Ohio. 37-27 favoring the Golden Flashes. Texas State taking on the Panthers. We got Georgia State winning this one, 43-22. Wisconsin taking on Purdue. Purdue coming off that big win last game against the Hawkeyes. We'll see what happens this weekend in Purdue. We have the Boilermakers winning 27-14, but I think this is a tough spot. Badgers a 3-point favorite. Colorado coming off a 34-0 victory last weekend against the Wildcats, taking on the Cal Golden Bears. We got California. Cal winning this one, 27-18, the over-under at 46. And the Golden Bears losing, I think it was a Friday night game, right? 24-17. Really exciting game right there. New Mexico taking on Wyoming. I think the Cowboys come back this weekend, but looking at the computer pick, it sees a closer scoring game. 26.5 to 26, the over-under at 52.5. So maybe the over could be worth a look here. We got Rice taking on UAB. We got the Blazers winning this one, 29-20. The over-under is set at 50. Western Michigan taking on Toledo. Now, Toledo's schedule, or, at the beginning of the year, they were one of the top-ranking teams to win the MAC. Hasn't really worked out that way right now, but taking on Western Michigan this weekend as a 1.5-point home underdog. I like the fact that they're an underdog this week. Had they been a favorite, I probably wouldn't have touched them, but because they're going in thinking that they should lose this game, I'll take the Rockets this weekend, but the computer pick, based on 15 games in the system, 31-29. Maryland taking on Minnesota. We got the Golden Gophers winning this one, 27-18. The over-under at 46.3. Coach O is going to be out at the end of the year against Ole Miss. 30 for Mississippi, 23 for the Tigers. And I do think the Tigers cover the spread. I think that's a high number, 9.5. Why wouldn't it be 10, right? Why wouldn't they go double digits? So something to think like a bookmaker, like my good friend Ross Benjamin says all the time. BYU taking on the Cougars. We all know the situation there with the head coach leaving. 33-25 favoring BYU. OSU, the Oklahoma State Cowboys taking on Iowa State. Now, when I look at this game here, I look at the coach for Iowa State, Matt Campbell. In fact, when I bring up his stats right now, let me go right here, Iowa State. Matt Campbell, 38-30 at Iowa State, 22-13 at home this year. For the Mike Gundy and the Cowboys, 52-34 on the road. Very good road record. Campbell covers the spread 60% of the time. But what concerns me with Campbell, he's only 7-14 against top 25 ranked opponents. So, you can beat the beatables, but when you play teams that are ranked, you struggle, right? Give me the Cowboys plus 7.5. Miami taking on Ball State. We got look at this, the battle of 16s here. Actually 16.7 to 16.7, the over-under at 33. Buffalo taking on the Zip. The Bulls taking on the Zip. We got Buffalo winning this one, 31-15, the over-under at 47.5. The Ducks taking on the Bruins. Look at this close one here. 34.7 to 33, the over-under at 67.9. Chip Kelly's going to have his work cut out for him this weekend against Oregon. I like Oregon in this spot. I like Oregon. I know they're coming off that win, but hey, when you can go to the Horseshoe and beat Ohio State in the same year, why can't you do the same thing at the Coliseum, or is it the what is it they call the stadium there, UCLA? Was it the bowl, the Rose Bowl? Yeah, I like Oregon here. All right, Clemson taking on the Pitt Panthers. Yeah, you know what? For all the years that Clemson's beat up on everybody, I think if there's a year that Pitt has a shot, it's this year. Hey, look at that. Pitt, a 3-point favorite. When was the last time Pitt was a favorite against Clemson? Hey, go back in the archives to see that one. 26-16, the over-under at 43, so we do like the Panthers in this one. Still, you know what? I've still got too much respect for Dabo Swinney, and I don't know if Narduzzi can really coach in the big games. Pat Narduzzi, was it Narduzzi? Let me see here. Pittsburgh, let me check his home record. All right, Pat Narduzzi, 47-35 lifetime record, 28-14 at home. Dabo Swinney, 44-19. But both these teams are ranked. Now, closely 23rd and 24th and 23rd, right? 23rd for Pittsburgh, 24 for Clemson. And both these coaches against ranked teams, you want to go with the Dabo Swinney in this one. 26-10 as versus ranked teams, where Narduzzi is 5-15 against ranked teams. So even though everything is aligning right on a player matchup, coaching matchup, you got to give the edge here to Clemson. So we'll see what kind of game plan Dabo Swinney and the coaching staff have for Narduzzi and his staff. Liberty against North Texas. We got the Flames winning this one, 44-27. Mississippi State, 33. Vanderbilt, 8. East Carolina against the Cougars. Houston, 44-24. So we got Dana Holgerson and the Cougars winning by 20. Boston College taking on Louisville. I do like Louisville this weekend. 33-24, the over-under set here at 57.2. Louisville losing last weekend, or last game, 34-33 against the Cavaliers, where Boston College got spanked at home against NC State, the Wolfpack, right? Air Force taking care of business against a ranked team in San Diego State. Brady Hoke is there at San Diego State. They're 6-0 on the year, but looking at the line, hey, you're ranked 20, what did I say, 21st? And, Air Force not even ranked, and Air Force is ranked favorite in this game. What does that tell you, right? Tells you that home ranking of a 3-point difference does make a difference, maybe. And we do got the Air Force Falcons winning this one, 33-10. The over-under set at 44. South Alabama against UL Monroe Warhawks. We have South Alabama 42, the Warhawks 15. Tennessee against the Crimson Tide. Alabama 38-16. The over-under at 55.2. I think Bama rolls this weekend. Since that loss, it's like the old 1990s version, right? You lose a game, then you gotta win in style points, right? You gotta win in style points, because you gotta sway the voters to rank you higher. Fresno State taking on the Wolfpack. We got the Bulldogs winning this one, 29-26. La Tech against UTSA. I like the Bulldogs in this one. I told you why earlier. 29-22. Based on 11 previous games in the database. We got Temple taking on South Florida, 34-23, favoring the Owls. And we already said this one, right? Western Kentucky, FIU, 44-16. The over-under at 61. Virginia, 26. Georgia Tech, 31. The over-under landing on 58. Texas A&M, I think the Aggies could be had this weekend. We'll see what happens. 28-13 is the computer pick. Over-under at 41. The Canes taking on the NC State Wolfpack. Wolfpack winning big last weekend against Boston College, and we got them winning by 16, 36-20. The over-under at 56. TCU. Hey, TCU got to start getting their act together here if they want to get in a bowl game situation. 3-3 in the year. 30-20. The over-under at 51. I don't think Brown does very well on the road. And TCU Patterson has let me see his home record at home. TCU. All right, where is it here? All right, TCU, the Horned Frogs. Gary Patterson, 93-30 at home record. Pretty good home record, right? And Neil Brown, 3-10 on the road in his third season with the Mountaineers. Not a really good road record right there for Neil Brown, right? I do like TCU in this one. The Buckeyes, I think they win here big, 42-23. The over-under at 66. The Utes and the Beavers. The Beavers. Did he say Utes? Yeah, Utah Utes. 30-28. Close game right there. Closer than the bookmakers think. We got them winning by 2. Notre Dame against the Trojans. We got the Fighting Irish losing to the Trojans, 25.4 to 22.9. The over-under at 48.3. New Mexico taking on the Warriors. We got Hawaii winning this one, 45-21. And that is your computer pick today at atsstats.com. So if you guys ask me tomorrow, Ron, can you do college football? I'm just going to redirect you to this video here today on a Thursday, College Football Thursday. All right, what do we got on deck? Let's talk about Thursday Night Football. All right, let's go to the Thursday Night Football game. I did a video earlier on this, and let me go to this game. I'm going to lean with the Denver Broncos here tonight. Now, I heard earlier this morning people are referring the Cleveland Browns to last year's San Francisco 49ers. Good comparison. But, what Cleveland still has is a good defense, and so does the Broncos. And I got a good team to under on the Broncos. If you go to the 80% club, the old one, you'll see we have a good angle on the under in this game. But I'm going to lean to the Broncos. Now, I'm going to say like I said this morning. Now, the bookmakers are making Cleveland a 1.5 point favorite. Let me ask you this question. Had the bookmakers put the Denver Broncos 1.5, what do you think the public would be all over, right? So because the bookmakers have made Cleveland a 1.5 point favorite, they got to balance the books, right? Because, a lot of people are thinking, Baker Mayfield's out, Case Keenum's in, you don't have your running backs. Cleveland's going to be in a world of hurt. They're going to have to, work out that game plan on defense around the whole team, the whole game plan based on defense, field position play. If you're going to let Denver score, make sure they don't get half a field to make drives. Make sure they start from their own 20. Those are the type of things, if you're the coaching staff, the Cleveland Browns, you're saying, look, with our situation on offense tonight, we can't give Denver a short field, right? We got to let them start long drives and kick field goals. That's the thing, right? In their mind, it's like, okay, they get to the red zone or they get into the top in the 35. We got to settle for field goals here. We can't give touchdowns because we don't know what's going to be like on offense, right? Perception versus reality. I'm going to lean with Denver plus 1.5 here tonight. And when you look at the history of Thursday night road teams, the last 3 years, 24-11-2 for the road teams, and any NFL road teams the last 3 years on 3 days rest, 22-9-1 against the point spread. So pretty good numbers here favoring the road team Denver Broncos. Give me Denver plus 1.5. That is my Thursday night football play of the day. All right, here we go. We're rolling along here on a college football Thursday. Hey, how you guys doing? I think I need a break here. I'm going to say hi to everybody in the bullpen and who has snuck in that I didn't say good morning to yet. Miss Denica, I've already seen. And again, folks, if you are tuning in for the very first time, we do this show live every Thursday. Monday to Friday. Monday to Friday, 10:30 Eastern. And OG, I'm writing and listening, rewinding, fast forward, all in one, says OG Wheat. All right, OG. Hey, he's my guy. Ball Cash, you're all my guys and girls, right? We got a really good crowd here. So if you are watching the replay and you get a chance to come in the bullpen during 10:30 to 11:30, come and meet some of the greatest people here in the community right here at the Rain Report. All right, let me see here. So what do we got on deck here? Yes, me too, OG. So much info to write down, says Gloria K. Yeah, this is why YouTube is great, right? You can rewind it after, and you can see. And, it's I can probably do a 3-hour show, but you guys will get bored with that. College football Thursday night. Major League Baseball. All right, we got one Major League Baseball here today. And let's take a look at that game between the Atlanta Braves and the LA Dodgers. Now, did they list the starting pitcher yet for the Dodgers? Let me go check on my RotoWire. That's where I use sometimes, RotoWire. They got pretty good lineup and fantasy sites, right? Fantasy sites. David Price, is that what you guys are hearing too? Is David Price going to make an appearance today in the World Series or the National League Championship Series? We'll see about that. We should all plan to meet someday in person. Yeah, I would love that. That'd be a great time. Eh? Maybe do it at a golf course. I think we all bring our golf clubs. What do you think of that, Gloria K? Maybe bring your son. He can give us some lessons. And that would be an awesome idea. All right, so let me see here. Minus 215. I don't like the price. And if you've been watching the show, I don't bet a lot of playoff baseball. It's about momentum. I can give you all the stats you want. We've got more stats you can shake a stick at right here. But in playoff, it's about momentum. And right now, Atlanta's got all the momentum, right? And if you like Atlanta, how can you not take plus 205? But the one thing I'm going to warn you about is when the Dodgers have their back up against the wall, we've seen what they can do, right? The one thing you don't like going against the Dodgers is when they're in a must-win situation, and this is why. If you're going to play this game here tonight, I think first 5 Atlanta is where you want to go. I'm not touching this game. The computer pick, based on 68 games in the system, is 4.7 to 2.9. The over-under is set at 7.7. And again, if I was to play this game tonight, which I'm not, I would probably play Atlanta first 5 innings because I don't want to go against the Dodgers. To be the champ, you got to beat the champ. They got their back up against the wall. We saw that last series against the who did they play last year? The Giants. They went to Game 5, and we know this team won't die, right? This team won't quit, and this is a 1-run game. There's no way that Atlanta blows them out tonight. If LA loses tonight, I guarantee you they go down on their sword, and it's a 4-3, 5-4 type game, right? But I would take Atlanta first half. All right, let's go to the NHL. What are we, NHL or NBA? NBA. Let's go to NBA first. So I'm going to go to the NBA, the National Basketball Association, and let's take a look at some of the games. They got to keep their foot on their neck, says OG Wheat. Yeah, you know what? That's the mentality of we use in football too, right? Once you got them down, you got to keep your foot on their neck and just, make them tap. Well, one of my expressions I used to say to our football players, all right, we're going to Montreal this weekend. We got to make them tap, right? Make them tap, break their will, right? You got to break their will in the first half of a football game. But this is basketball, eh? Hey, I can get in coaching mode real quick. I miss coaching. All right, Golden State minus 3.5 against the Clippers. Now the Clippers, looks like I heard there'll be no Kawhi tonight. So let me take a look at the lineup for NBA. Don't tell me Kawhi's going to start this load management crap already. Hey, haven't even played a game yet, and we got load management maybe. No, Kawhi, what's wrong with Kawhi Leonard? Out and a knee. All right, knee ahead recovery from torn ACL. That's right, he had a torn ACL. So, you know what? Might not see Kawhi for a few weeks or a month. So, looking at the starting lineup for the Clippers. In fact, let me go to computer pick. I don't know why I'm on the rain report. Oh, you know what? We'll do this. All right, we'll start backwards, right? Instead of going to Dallas, Atlanta, we'll work our way from the Pacific time zone to the Eastern time zone. So minus 3.5 is the line here today on the Warriors. The over-under at 227. Forecast leaning with another Golden State victory, 114 to 109. The over-under at 223.8. And like I said, the last video when they played the Lakers, Golden State had their rough years, right? They had that 2 years, 2019 when they played the Raptors in the finals. It went the Raptors' way, but then they had a little bit of a hiccup the last couple of years. I think the Warriors might be back, and if they get back to that form that they were in 2019, 2018, those dynasty years, watch out. This could be a dangerous Warrior team, and now they're a 3.5-point favorite. I like them better when they're an underdog, but now they're at home against the Clippers, and the last time these two teams met was March 11th of last year 130-104 win for the Clippers in that one. So we'll see if we'll see tonight what happens at the in Oakland. But let me see here. In the LA Clippers' last 10 trips to Oakland, 5-5, 6-4 against the numbers. They got Memphis on deck. And for the Golden State Warriors, they're facing the Clippers. They are 4-6 straight up and against the number against the Clippers in the last 10, 6-4 to the over. Again, I love the Warriors as an underdog. And the Clippers, looking at the starting lineup tonight for the Clippers. How are we doing on time here? I got to take a look at time. Steph Curry, Jordan Poole. You got Andrew Wiggins. You got Draymond Green, Kevon Looney. You got, let me see, for the Clippers, Reggie Jackson, Eric Bledsoe, Paul George, Marcus Morris, and then you got Zubac. So, you know what? Bottom's out, Ibaka's out, Johnson's out, Leonard's out, Preston's out, and Klay Thompson, Wiseman, and Kuminga out for Golden State. I like the over. I think the over is where you might want to lean in this one. Let me take a look at some of the numbers right down here. Any NBA teams since, let me see here, coming off a game that scored 103 points for exactly in their last game, 16-10 to the over. All right. Let me see here. Playing the month of October since 1996. Well, that's against the point spread. Sorry. That was against the point spread. Yeah. You know what? The over. I think I'd lean towards the over in this one here. Let me see here. Lean over. Yeah, I agree, Isaiah. All made in the USA. Got to keep their check out the crew, his putters company. Dodgers are a better team. LA Dodgers not looking like it is. War. What a game between the Knicks. Yeah, what a game last night between Boston and New York. Hey, that's the way you want to start your season with on TV with a good game like that, right? All right, let's go Milwaukee against Miami Heat. Now, this is a good spot for I think this is a good revenge spot here for the Heat, right? You look at their last game was a 120-103 loss in the series to the Milwaukee Bucks last year. In fact, how many games was that game? That was what, 5 games? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they got limited in 5. And looking at the line in this game, minus 2.5 for Milwaukee. The over-under set at 224. ATS forecast, computer pick, going to lean with the Heat in this one, but very, very close. 105.9 to 105.6. The over-under at 211.59. And looking at so once we get more games in the system, more of the value edges, the cow will have more weight on our decision. And Milwaukee's last 10 trips to the American Airlines Center in Miami, 7-3 to the under. And for Miami, the last 10 head-to-head meetings against the Bucks, only 3-7 straight up, 5-5 against the number, 4-6. Maybe the under is where you want to lean here tonight. You look at Miami, they got Indiana on deck, and then Milwaukee's going to San Antonio. All right. You know what? I think Miami plus 2.5 might be worth a look, but I think the under might be worth better consideration here. Again, very busy NHL and college football, and there's so much you can bet on tonight, right? So, toe in the water type thing. All right, the game of the night in Atlanta between the Mavericks and the Atlanta Hawks. Minus 2.5 is the favorite here for the Hawks. I always like, anytime you give me Luka with plus points, I always like that, right? 225 ATS forecast, computer pick, gonna lean with the Mavericks, 114 to 111. The over-under at 226.23, so it does like it to go over the total. Looking at Dallas's last 10 trips in Atlanta, only 3-7 straight up, 4-6 against the number. And since Atlanta made the coaching change last year and got Nate McMillan, Atlanta's a different team, right? Different attitude. Again, I wouldn't touch this game tonight. I think Atlanta at home, opening night, minus 2.5. If you're going to play Atlanta, play the money line. Don't even bother with the point spread. Why sweat it out, right? All right, let's go to your NHL. Let's do NHL real quickly, and we'll try to keep this, how many hours? 53 minutes. Not bad. Hey, not bad. We did a lot here in 53 minutes. Got a lot of quality information for you guys here tonight, and hopefully we can get you some more winners. Now, if you've been following my NHL system, it's 4-1 so far in the year. Let me just confirm that before I start bragging about it, right? Puck line, eh? Remember the puck line. Keep an eye on the puck line. Let's go to Super Database. Let's go to NHL, and let's take a look at favorites coming off a 1-goal loss. And let's see what the record is so far this year. I think it's 4-1. Survey says 4-1. Yep. All right. So only applies to 2 games here tonight. I think the first one is, where did I see it down here? I think Calgary minus 125 against Detroit. So that's system number 1. And system play number 2, it's a bit chalky. But Winnipeg minus 182 against Anaheim. Those are your 2 top system plays. We'll keep it. We're going to keep track of those all year because at the end of the day, what we're about getting you to the winner's circle at the end of the evening. All right, let me just bring up my my goalie records here. I want to make sure I got the proper goaltenders. But you know, the one thing I'm noticing in goalies, they don't get confirmed till later in the afternoon, right? I do have some confirmations. So the Islanders taking on Columbus. You got Elvis Merzlikins up against Ilya Sorokin of the New York Islanders. So this is a good goaltending matchup here tonight. Maybe the under is where you want to look in this one. And you got the, let me just fix this here. All right, so you have minus 141. Bit expensive on the Islanders, who are 1-2 on the year, winning 4-1 against Chicago, but that's an 0-4 Chicago Blackhawks team against Columbus, who's 2-1, losing 4-1 against Detroit. Not even competitive, right? Detroit looking pretty good out of the gate. They had Tampa Bay on the ropes twice in that game against the Lightning, but couldn't make him tap, right? It was 7-6 final against the Bulls. They were up 6-3 in that game and 3-0, I think. But they were up 3-0, 3-goal leads twice against Tampa Bay, and they couldn't close the door. But we got the Islanders winning a close one here, 2.69, 2.66. The over-under at 5.35. Last 2 games for Columbus have gone under total. I think the under might be worth a look here. Florida taking on the Colorado Avalanche. Now the Avs 3-0 to start the year, beating defending Stanley Cup champions Tampa Bay 4-1 last game. And we got the Florida Panthers 3.78, 2.9 the over-under at 6.77. Looking at the probable starting goalies tonight for the Colorado Avalanche. Most likely you're going to see Darcy Kemper against Sergei Bobrovsky. Haven't seen Spencer Knight yet. Remember Spencer Knight came in for Bobrovsky in the playoffs last year. Looked very good, rookie. And but I haven't seen so it looks like Bobrovsky is confirmed for tonight. And you don't mess with success, right? If you're 3-0, why would you change it, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Getting an itchy voice here. Too much talking. Hey, got to get my voice ready for to wish Gloria Kay a happy birthday at the end there. We're gonna sing her happy birthday. All right, was a solid system last year. Yeah, it was very solid. All right, so we got that. Carolina taking on the Montreal Canadiens. You got the Hurricanes. 3.07, 2.83, the over-under at 5.9. We got Carolina here, minus 116, the over-under at 5.5. ATS forecast, computer pick, going to go with the Canes in this one. 3.07 to 2.83, the over-under at 5.9. And looking at Montreal, 4-game losing streak. Now, the Canadiens, I said it the other night, Jake Allen looked good in opening night against Toronto. Hasn't looked good, since. And the starting goalies tonight, it looks like it's going to be Jake Allen against Freddie Anderson, most likely. But how can you go against Carolina? This is like a birthday gift, eh? Speaking of birthday gift, Gloria, here's a birthday gift. Carolina minus 116. Last 2 games I've gone under. Montreal looks very small. I said this the other night. They look like a Smurf team right now. Just a small team. Caulfield, just a lot of small, Gallagher. Even though Gallagher plays with a lot of sandpaper, they just look like a small team right now, and they're missing some of the pieces of the puzzle. Washington taking on New Jersey. We got the Caps winning this one 4-2.82. 6.82 is the total here. Now the bookmakers have made Washington a 132 favorite. The over-under is 6.5. We do like it to go over the total, and I have to check the. After the show, I'm gonna check my my stats on Washington against New Jersey. In fact, let me do that right now. I got a feeling. Let me see here. Let me see how Washington has done in New Jersey. Let's go to my regular database. Let's go to NHL. Let's go to Washington on the road against New Jersey. And I'm going to go back 5 games. I'm going to go back 5 games. Nope, not Vegas. Oh, Washington. I said it yesterday. Vegas, you need Stone and Pacioretty back. It could be a long little trip there. 4-1. Yeah, look at that. 4-1, but only 1-4 against the puck line. Look at all the one-goal games. 3-2, 2-3, 2-1, 5-4, and the only blow was 5-2. So this could be a one-goal game here tonight, and New Jersey plus 1.5 might be worth a look here, guys. Hello, puck line. San Jose, Ottawa Senators. Now, I'm in Ottawa. You guys know that. And Carlson's coming back here tonight. San Jose looked pretty good the other night against Montreal. But, you know, the Brady Tkachuk could be back here tonight. There's going to be a lot of energy in the building here tonight. But the only thing that I'm a little concerned at is that Matt Murray is going to be starting. And I'm not sold yet. I'm not all in on Matt Murray yet. I do like Forsberg a little bit better. But I'm not all in yet on Matt Murray. James Reimer are going to go for the San Jose Sharks. The Sharks. You know what? I'm not going to touch this game. I want to say Ottawa, but because it's Matt Murray, I just don't want to touch that game. Calgary taking on the Red Wings. I do like Calgary in this spot. 0-2 to start the year, coming out of 3-2 win. Our system supports that. And Columbus couldn't get the job done against Detroit the other night. And Detroit looking good out of the gate, 2-1, but the physical team. Calgary's a physical team, and we'll see tonight. The starting goalie for Calgary, Jacob Markstrom, is unconfirmed, and you got Alex Nedeljkovic for the Nedeljkovic. Yeah, Nedeljkovic. Hey, you say that 10 times. Nedeljkovic. Likely goalie. So no confirmation yet on the starting goalies there. I like Calgary in this one. Give me the Flames. Rangers taking on the Nashville Predators. Man, Rangers, with Shesterkin in nets, he was just outstanding against Toronto. Stopped like 40-some shots the other night against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Probably one of the most, offensive juggernaut of an offense there is in the league. But Shesterkin looking good. And you probably got UC Saros for the Preds. I think the under is where you want to go in this one. This one here probably should be a 5. I think this one should be a 5. Hey, if you can get 6 out there and maybe buy it, take the under. You'll need 7 to beat you, right? 3.4 to 2.3, the over-under at 5.7. The Jets taking on the Ducks. I like Winnipeg here. They 0-3 out of the gate. They lost a heartbreaker to the Wild the other night. A game they should have won, right? A game, you can't be losing those type of games. Those are disciplined, mental mistake games. On the road, though, it's always tough to win on the road. And for Winnipeg tonight, it looks like you're going to see between the pipes Connor Hellebuck against John Gibson of the Ducks. Give me Winnipeg tonight, minus 182. Chicago taking on Vancouver. Both these teams are struggling out of the gate. Canucks 1-3 on the year. Chicago, wow, 0-4. Hey, hey, I don't know, Gloria. I don't know about your Chicago Blackhawks tonight. Kevin Lankinen against Thatcher Demko. I like Demko. I thought Demko played a really good game against the Vancouver Canucks when he started that game. And I like Vancouver in this one. And give me Edmonton over Arizona. I think this will be like a 2-goal game. Minus 213 is the price. And the starting goalies, most likely Mikko Koskinen against Karel Vejmelka for the Arizona Coyotes. All right, there you have it. That is the rain report today. This was a good show. This was a pretty good show for a Thursday, October 21st. And Gloria, where's Gloria K? Her birthday today. You got to sing her happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gloria K. Happy birthday to you. Hey, from all your friends here at the Rain Report, happy birthday, Gloria. Have yourself a great rest of your day. All right, folks, have yourself a great rest of your Thursday. And again, don't forget, you can always get my selections for the Rain Report at hockeypicks.com. You can also get it at bballpicks.com. Baseball at Bullpen Picks, and the Hail Mary Picks are where my football picks are located. But all right. So for hockey picks, yeah, don't forget you can get my hockey picks here. And let me see who are the top pickers right now at hockeypicks.com. Right now we got, thank you, Ron, the whole bullpen. Yeah, you're welcome, Gloria. And let me see here. Hottest picker. Who's the hottest picker right now? Uncle B, Barry Cleveland. He's been here a long time. Our good friend Barry. 11-2. Justin Luongo 0-1. 11-2. Jubinator 10-3. The great Enrique Montero. Hey, Enrique 9-4. Vincent Travers 9-4. Lori Bowers Lori Bauer, I think it's Lori Bowers, 9-4. Good job, Lori. Mike Miller, 9-4. Nicholas Scott, 9-4. Warthog is 9-4. Richard Appleby, 9-4. The Flash, Tiger Power, Canuck Down Under, Rory Bashnik, Bash 15. Winslow Brown and Ron Bashnik, must be his brother or something, right? All right, so there you have it, folks. That is the Rain Report for a Thursday, October 21st. As always, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back on a Football Friday. Hasta la vista, baby. We'll see you mañana. Cheers.